We are about to start some Rek'Sai solo testing on Rift Atlas against Kennen and Diana. Some purple decks that I do expect to see at Regional Qualifier Los Angeles, which I am signed up for, so we're going to take this practice stuff seriously. Make sure it's actually pushing, because it looks a little ambiguous right now. There we go. All right. So we are live on youtube.com/AskJoshi as well as twitch.tv/AskJoshi. We talk about Riftbound a lot on discord.gg/AskJoshi. And of course, I'm talking about Riftbound more and more on facebook.com/AskJoshi and x.com/AskJoshi. So if you want to follow me any of those places to talk about Riftbound, please do. This is a solo testing session. So what I've been doing is using Rift Atlas, that's play.riftatlas.com, and using it to use a solo room. So that's the Rek'Sai deck. You've had time there. You can go back if you missed the list. This is not so much a deck tech as it is just me practicing. And what I'll be doing here in this video is talking aloud through my thought process with both Rek'Sai, my main, which I am currently 90% locked. I would say 80 to 90% sure I'm going to do Rek'Sai as my deck. And then I've got all these practice decks. I really tried a lot of things with Ambessa, and I feel like I just like Rek'Sai better. So I gave her a dozen games to figure it out, and maybe I should give her more, but I feel more comfortable as Rek'Sai winning against the field than I do as Ambessa. So now I've made a Diana deck and a Kennen deck that had recent tournament results from this past weekend of Riftbound Vendetta constructed tournaments. So Diana is a deck that I have never played before or played against until Vendetta. I'll tell you a little bit more about my experience. I have played 2 pre-rifts, 3 pre-rifts, 2 Nexus nights, and that's it. The rest have just been some online games. So my in-person experience is very little. My online experience is a little bit more, but now I've signed up for Regional Qualifier Los Angeles. I've got to play a lot of games. So in the past week and a half, I've already played a whole bunch of games online. I've tweaked my Rek'Sai variant. My little flavor that I've decided to go with is I really like the red Rengar ambush. That's pretty much it. If I end up going towards something else because there's another Rek'Sai deck just terrorizing people, so be it. But I ordered some cards for this variant of Rek'Sai that I've made. So I know that Diana and Kennen are very popular, and I do think that I would be okay at piloting either one. Kennen is less desirable because it is a lot of time. It's a lot of time in the tank and actually executing your moves. So Kennen is a little less appealing to me right now than Diana, who is still extremely solid. I know Irelia and Master Yi are also extremely solid. So I've practiced Tasty Bacon, good friend of mine, also playing in RQLA. He's built the PGE deck, and he has a Nasus deck, and he has a Vi and a Leona. So we're both trying to basically build decks to play against each other, and I can solo against these to learn them quicker than I could against just like soloing on Rift Atlas. I want to get specific practice and learn the deck from both sides. So we're going to start with Diana because I still want to learn more about Diana. I've only played a couple of games with her against the Rek'Sai. So as Rek'Sai, I want to practice Rek'Sai going first. So in the blank game, basically when you choose your battlefields, you've got the option of a blank battlefield when you don't know what you're going to get opponent-wise. You want your first game to just be solid. So Seat of Power is what I've settled on for my blank, so to speak, Rek'Sai battlefield. When I'm going first for certain, I will pick Forbidding Waste. So we don't know who's going first or second yet. So Seat of Power is a blank battlefield. Forbidding Waste I want to play when I'm going first because I can more likely conquer a battlefield that is not Forbidding Waste, make them go into Forbidding Waste instead. And then it's easier to slap them back. That's it. That's the aggro strat for going first. And then Hall of Legends, I imagine I will have more energy available to actually make use of Rek'Sai's trigger because I will have more runes. So that will be my going second for Rek'Sai. So Seat of Power, blank. On the other side for Diana, Abandoned Hall definitely benefits Diana. Could benefit quite a lot of enemies, though, as well. Targon's Peak definitely benefits everybody who goes there. And Rockfall Path blocks a couple of more specific matchups. So I think Abandoned Hall probably benefits fewer people than Targon's Peak does. And this might just be the Desperation battlefield. I'm not sure. So let's go Abandoned Hall first for Diana. I'm choosing it goes first because there's no dice roll in this simulator, but here's the Rek'Sai list. We've got Blood Rush and Cleave, 3 of each. I'm starting with 2 Cold a Week and 2 Lacerate. I found that spot killing with Lacerate is nice. Falling Star, gotta have 3 of those. Void Rush is a 3 of, and then for creatures we've got Carrion Dredger, Faithful Manufactor, Inferna, Legion Rearguard, Noxus Hopeful, Rengar Pouncing is my little twist on Rek'Sai. Shadow Fiend I'm trying out 2 of. I did try out 3 of Fallen Feline, and I actually got a couple of hands where Fallen Feline was my only 2-drop, and I had no yellow rune to pay for it. So that was like a horrible start, and because of that, and also just not being as effective as I would have liked, we're trying out Shadow Fiend now. I really like using him as a chump. If we compare him to something like Honest Broker, which I was using before, then, you know, he's just as chumpy in the early game, but late game, he's that 3 extra might for a pretty negligible cost. If you need it, that's, you know, kind of nice. So we're trying him out as a 2 of. I found that I was siding out 1 Shadow Fiend for 1 Lacerate in a lot of games against purple, so I decided to just main deck 2 of each and see how it goes for now. Under Titan, of course, is like a finisher. We always love our Under Titan. Sideboard, Cold the Week is still good against a lot of decks. Divine Judgment is here for Lux and some other big decks that I don't think I can take down otherwise, but I could rebuild faster than them. Hextech Ray, pretty self-explanatory. Longsword is actually here for... Hextech Ray and Longsword both serve the purpose of matchups where I have to hold once or twice, and then these are good defensive tricks. Right now I have offensive tricks, Cleave and Blood Rush, but defensive tricks, Hextech Ray and Longsword, they don't expect as much. They usually just expect the assault stuff. And Rengar himself, which I've decided to go hard on, also has assault and not a good defense. He's only got 3 on defense. So flinging out a Hextech Ray or a Longsword that they don't expect is really nice. And then Salvage. Salvage you could mainboard 1 of at this point, but I'm just, you know, I'm keeping it sideboard. I'll usually side into if it's necessary, but I like my full speed Rek'Sai plan to start. I got no creatures here and Rek'Sai is starting, so that's very unfortunate. Falling Star destroys the first threat that they play, like guaranteed, so I really like it as my best removal option. Cleave is going to go good with any creature that I do happen to get. Diana on the other side is going second, so I think Ravenbloom Student turn 1 and Hui turn 2 is pretty strong, if that is something I'm able to do. So we'll... Oh, I also love Ride the Wind, though. Ride the Wind early is so disgustingly good. I'm just going to toss a Vex. Vex might even be fine to keep, too. I think I want another combat trick, though. I think 2 and 2 is the mix I'm looking for here. Still learning Diana. If you have any advice on Diana, let me know as we're talking them out here. So Rek'Sai did not get a 2-drop, and that is like the biggest sad face. Doesn't actually happen very often. 10% of the time or something like that, we will not get a playable 2-drop. So I could Void Rush. Almost guaranteed that we'll get something, but it will set me a rune behind. Since I don't find myself in this situation often, I am going to test it and just Void Rush and see. Okay, we did get a playable, thank God. So, horrible start, but we got our playable. I think we just go here. So now we have Seat of Power and Abandoned Hall. We're looking at a Ravenbloom Student. These do not help us right now, so we have 3 spells that kind of suck for us, but Rengar coming in on defense can help. We could leave these runes up and just take... Abandoned Hall's probably going to help him more than it helps us, and he would want to capture this place before this place to get Seat of Power trigger, so I'm okay going over here. We'll use the Rek'Sai trigger anyway. to see if maybe Faithful Manufactor might be a better play than holding up Rengar. Holding up Rengar is still dangerous because he could just choose to kill the Rengar. On defense, he's only worth 3, so we will choose to play the Manufactor, which gives us a recruit. Then I don't want to play Hands Revealed, actually. Yep, that's fine. Okay. So on Diana's side... Oh, sorry. Did I end turn? I did not end turn. Diana, draw Traveling Merchant. So we do have access to Hui. I could plop him down really fast, or I could try to deal with this and break the start that Rek'Sai has already. Starcross doesn't super help me here, but Ride the Wind would. I could go to Abandoned Hall first and Ride the Wind over. That would give us the +1 we need, and he has tapped out, so let's do that. Ride the Wind is 1 cheaper if we want to... Oh, it's only during Showdown, so that's not necessary. We're going to Ride the Wind over. That makes Ravenbloom 3, and it readies Ravenbloom. That wins there. Seat of Power draws a card, and they walk home, so that's really pretty brutal, actually. We still have 3 up. Not particularly... I guess we could do Stack Deck Traveling Merchant, but I think Diana seems fine to start doing. I think she's better early game than late game. And we can't afford Hui, so let's just get her out now. Falling Star, looking mighty good, yeah, but I can't cast it because I only have 1 red rune. Haha. Abandon and then Seat makes sense to me, so let's do Abandoned, Rek'Sai trigger. Blood Rush does not help us. Unfortunate. Capture over here, draw a card. Play... Manufacture Cull the Week, probably. Make a guy. Kill our holding recruit, because he's probably going to die anyway. And then he has to decide between these 2, and I think he might choose that. And turn, switch seat. So Diana then says... he's tapped out. He's at 3 points to my 2, so I'm losing tempo. Starcross is not as appealing when he's got lots of... This ETB coming back for either of them just gives him another guy, and I have like no creatures. So Hui, I feel like, has to come out. Diana could just conquer free there, that's pretty good. I don't have another way to travel around right now, it looks like, so I could stack deck and still be able to play Hui. Ride the Wind again would be pretty nasty. Let's see if we hit something good. Moonfall is always nice. I like that more than the other options. Moonfall would allow me to kill both Manufactors right now, so that's something. And I could hide a Tide Turner. That would not really help. I could Moonfall and Traveling Merchant and Tide Turner. All that seems kind of nice. So let's do that. Bring her in. Moonfall with Diana's benefit. Only costs 2 and a power. We'll drag in here. They both get -2. Oh, I could only kill one of them. No, they both have -2, so I would kill 1 damage, 1 damage. They both die. Moonfall's disgusting. And then, yeah, I could play Tide Turner, Hidden. Nope. Sorry. What is the hide? Here we go. And then just a Merchant at home. And so now Rek'Sai has to figure out how do we deal with this. I do have Pouncing. I don't know what the hidden card is. Switcheroo is possible. Tide Turner would still be the same amount of might, and he would have to move and discard. I guess he would just could also just keep 2 might. Yeah, but if it's 2 might or 2 might, then Rengar is enough. He would kill the Rengar, but if I Cull the Weak first, that's not better. If I cleave, I could cleave now. Is there any actual response? No. If I cleave on the way in, that forces him to show his hidden. Then I could Blood Rush or cleave again. If I Falling Star right now, that pretty much screws him. He would still play his Tide Turner, but then I would know that, and it would have to be revealed. Would he want to discard something to draw right now? Maybe Star-Crossed, actually, yeah. So he might flip those. I think Falling Star would be the juiciest choice for me because I'm worried about Switcheroo. So he would then reveal this. He would move home so that he could get a trigger. We would discard a Star-Cross to draw a card. Oh no, acceptable losses, dead card. So that's all good. Sorry, let's resolve everything down here. So these are both dead. Battlefield's open. Would I want to leave a battlefield? I guess I could leave a... force them to play another card, but I would also like to keep a creature out. If I accelerate Rek'Sai here, I have no red again. But it's kind of my best option. Let's do Abandon Hall for the Rek'Sai trigger. I could Dredger Cull. Dredger Cull. I'm at 4 now. I kind of like that. Recycle the other. So I don't know what Diana has as far as accelerate things, but this will make her work for sure. Dredger dies, I get a bird. He has to kill that. Right? I don't think there's any option. Acceptable losses is kill a gear. And switch. So Diana says he's at 4, I'm at 3. I could play Hui. This is a dead card. Unfortunate. Hard bargain. I can't. Doesn't really matter right now. Star-Crossed I can't cast. So Hui has to be it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think I have anything with flow. That was only dredge in this deck. We got a Hui. Okay. Go to the other side. Bring him back. Well, no, I don't have to bring him back until I Seat of Power. Draw a card, then Rek'Sai trigger. Lacerate? Lacerate would not kill Hui. So we will choose to play a Hopeful for 4? No. Recycle both, because we got better play in our hand. Move him home. Play Shadow Fiend Hopeful. Pretty good, pretty good. So now Rek'Sai's at 6. Diana has to break this and hold the hell out of it, basically. When Hui moves, you draw 1, discard 1. Star-Crossed does not help me. Tide Turner we can hide for cheap. Hard bargain does help me to hold up, so we'll do this move. No rebuttal. Bird dies. We draw 1, discard 1. I mean, we would do this before the bird dies, but I knew I would need the might, so I would try to discard a unit, or a spell, excuse me. Acceptable losses as a spell, so we could draw a card. That's nice. So now our options are Dredge Up. We definitely want to hide the Tide Turner, I think, so let's float an energy for Tide Turner. I don't know why. I guess that's just 2 extra might that they can't see, and it's cheap. We'll play Raven Bloom directly there. Because we just have to go for the Suffocate, but I don't think it's going to matter. Dredge Up is not action speed. So we'll just play it now. Stack deck means we could not Star-Crossed anymore. We could still hard bargain. I think if we stack deck and find something playable right now, I don't know what it would be that could help us. Moonfall? No, I wouldn't be able to afford it. Alright, we're holding up hard bargain or Star-Cross. So I'm Rek'Sai, I'm showing 6. I'm looking for a Rek'Sai trigger, first of all. He says probably that's fine. We Rek'Sai trigger. I see a Void Rush. I'll play a Void Rush. Void Rush shows Under Titan, so we automatically get 2 energy no matter what we choose now. If I play Under Titan, that would cost me 4. I would bump him to 6 and him to 4, so that would be 10 against an apparent 7 with a hidden card. I could also just send in Noxus Hopeful first and see what the hidden card is. Or I could just have access to all these super cheap cards. So I don't think Under Titan, unfortunately, is going to be it, and I don't think Manufacturers. I think I have to use the stuff in my hand. Or sorry, it gives you the option to hand both of these, so let's reverse that. I should have drawn both of these. And we do have the 2 energy. We have 2 energy from Under Titan. So we can burn... If it's Switcheroo, I probably want to send in 1 at a time. So I still kill stuff. Because if it was Switcheroo, then he would bump this to... Let's say I spend a cleave first. That would be enough to kill both of these, so he would be forced to flip. If I throw a Rengar at him... Maybe I want to save Blood Rush and not do Rengar. Oh, I have enough for both. I can 2 Blood Rush. Alright, let's just cleave first, see what happens. He would have to then... Yeah, if he doesn't reveal, he just loses the hidden card. He's already played cleave, so I could Star-Crossed and remove a lot of threat here. But then I lose the might from Raven Bloom. So hard bargain. If I hard bargained the cleave, I would only be able to hard bargain once, and I would just pay it. Because on the other side I still have cleave and Blood Rush. I would probably, I guess I would attempt the Star-Crossed. And I would say... Ambush in Rengar? Question mark? No. I still have the... If I ambushed in Rengar at this point, he would not have to reveal. I would trade for Hui. Shadow Fiend would not have any additional support. I would have one left up for Cleave or Blood Rush. If I Blood Rushed him, it would be 6-4. So I would win, but it would be a gamble. If I don't Rengar, and I instead, like, double Blood Rush, Shadow Fiend, that would put him at 6-7, so I would have to do both. I would have to pay... The thing is, I don't even have to win this turn as Rek'Sai either, so... Let's return this, return this. Oh wait, that's right, he has to get returned. So if I Rengar in, I would think that I'm winning, so that would force his hand, and then I have a backup too. Still enough for a Cleaver or Blood Rush. So I would Rengar in response. He would come back to hand. I would tap 5 in against 5. That would force now. These are fine. That would force now me to reveal my hidden, or I would lose. Tide turn can't go anywhere, but the Rengar, I can actually just play Cleave on right now. And win. Because he's at 5 right now against 7, plus 3 gives us 8. He's tapped out. GG, 8 against 7. Okay. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. First game here. Rek'Sai did take it 8-4. Hui could not really do much. Our star-crossed were not valuable until the extreme end, and then we had Exactsies basically, but all these resources left to, if it did pass back to Diana, I'd just be spamming stuff, so pretty good game. Alright, we'll go next game now, where Diana will go first. We'll do sideboards. Rek'Sai's going second, so Hall of Legends as Rek'Sai's going second deck. We just did Abandoned Hall. We're in Desperation mode for Diana, so we're going to Targon's Peak. Josh's Rek'Sai opponent is Diana. So now, as Rek'Sai, what would I side in against Diana? Diana is shrinking my guys a lot, so Hex Tech Ray and Longsword gain value there. I do like Cold the Weak as well. Let's do Longsword, because I was getting ahead of her quite a lot. I don't think I really need the Hex Tech Rays as much. Well, actually, hang on. Thinking about it, Hex Tech Ray doesn't have anything to do with mites. He's shrinking my guys with Stupefy and Smokescreen and Moonfall, but he's not buffing his own guys nearly as much. So Hex Tech Ray actually gains value compared to Longsword. Longsword could come in and be moot because it's just a mite loss, but Hex Tech Ray would kill their guy, even if I'm able to do a tiny bit of damage. So that's the explanation there. Since I'm going second, I'm going to cut a Rearguard. Well, actually, Rearguard's great with Accelerate still. So I'm going to cut an Inferna and a Dredger. I need to cut one more. Under Titan, we're not really needing to get super over the top of him, so I'm tempted to cut that as well. But at the same time, the 2 free energy late in the game can be super important. We're not drawing cards from Seat of Power. We are getting some Hall of Legend hits. That does give us more chances at Under Titan, but less chances to play him. So I will cut one Under Titan. We'll stay super low to the ground here against Diana, who loses to a creature deficit, it seems. Okay, so Rek'Sai's going second. These are fine, because I can accelerate out one, and then still have a play for Hopeful. Let's cut one Rearguard, because this will be our turn 1 play, and this will be our turn 2 play at worst. Diana is going first. We love Hui. Hui is just a bomb. Ride the Wind is super nice too. We'll cut the Hard Bargain. We have Sprite Fountain as a turn 1 play at minimum. So, switch seats. Diana's going first this game. We have Sprite Fountain as our only viable play, so we'll do that. Capture a Targon's Peak, I guess. Oh, wrong thing. Haha. We will accelerate a rear guard because we know that one's gonna die. We can just take the other one. Rek'Sai trigger could give us 2 extra energy from an Under Titan, and we could play an Inferna. I mean, that's tempo, baby. Okay. Unlucky, I guess. Back on the other side. We have Moonfall. Oh, this is dead, so we actually don't get that Conquer point, but we do get another Sprite. And our Sprite could go kill the rear guard and Conquer. So we'll definitely do that for Freezy. 3 energy looks like a Diana play. This is dead now. We got Inferna plus Guy, so that's fine. This dies. You don't get a Conquer point. Rift Atlas does not know the difference there, sorry. Let's see. Diana could Moonfall the Hopeful and would probably do Targon's Peak to do so. Discounted with Diana. Wait. There's no showdown yet, so I guess this would not be discounted. I will cast Moonfall to kill him. And that leaves me a Ride the Wind to go over here and come back home, so that's not terrible. Give a gear temporary. Oh, did I forget to sideboard as Diana? Oh no. I may have forgotten to sideboard as Diana. Give a gear temporary I would not have kept in here. My bad, guys. Okay, well. Oh yeah, we're not revealing our enemy hand unless it's pertinent. I think I would Ride the Wind here. Nothing else is valid, so let's do that. Get her over here, Conquer again. Hall of Legends is not necessary. She readies from Ride the Wind and comes home. End turn, switch seat. Rek'Sai says I can Cola Weak after capturing. That's kind of nice. I can also manufacture Cola Weak here. Let's do that. Manufacture 1, 2, 3. Make a guy. Cola Weak. 1, 2. Kill a recruit. Kill a Diana. Perfect. Inferna can go... Oh yeah, there's 2 up actually, because she did conquer Targon's Peak. Would that have mattered? Stupefy or Return to Dust? No. Okay. So... Inferna can just go to Targon's Peak. That's cool. We get a Rek'Sai trigger. Recycle. End turn. Ready 2 runes from Targon's Peak. Switch seat. Diana says, enemies at 2, I'm at 4. That's pretty good. I could play Hui and develop. End turn, switch seat. Manufacturer says, bring you home. Go over here. So when you do Hall of Legends, you can actually get 2 Rek'Sai triggers in a turn from conquering again. However, I was just held, so I'm only max going to get 1 Rek'Sai trigger. There's no need to pay the 1 for Hall of Legends this time. So I'm just going to conquer, tap Rek'Sai, do the trigger, play Shadow Fiend or Lacerate. Lacerate does not help us here against Hui, so we'll play Shadow Fiend, recycle Lacerate, pay the 2 for Shadow Fiend. We're not in a position where we have to hold, so we're still just playing units at home. I could play, let's just do Rek'Sai at home. I've already got the 2 points I need for this turn, so don't need to accelerate. We can end turn on that. When I move, draw 1, then discard 1. Then do the following based on the discarded card's type. So we know we're going to flatten anything. We're expecting only assault triggers. Inferno's only 1 with assault, so that we haven't seen anything yet this matchup. We have seen Red Rengar, so we know Red Rengar exists. We know that he can't pay for Red Rengar, so that's fine. So we're pretty safe just marching in and taking Hall of Legends. If I go into Hall of Legends, is there anything I want to cast? We get our move trigger. I can draw a card. We could stack deck first to set up the turn. I'm going to discard Turn to Dust because it's actually a dead card here. Or I believe it is because I haven't seen a longsword yet. So let's stack deck first. Take a Raven Bloom. Let's move away, discarding this, so we get to draw a card from his trigger. Moonfall. Hey, that's perfect actually, because this only has 2 might. That means we can kill something else for free. Rek'Sai is the biggest threat, I think, because of his Accelerate giving. So we're Moonfalling, we're tapping Diana for 1 energy, we're tapping out the rest for Moonfall, dragging Rek'Sai. They both get -2. Plenty of damage, no rebuttal. Pretty sick turn for Diana. Now I'm up 5-4. I could play Raven Bloom to reinforce, but then that's putting all my eggs in one basket. I could play Vex to reinforce, and then any units coming in are stunned, so that helps. That's a big reinforce. I think I would do that. So now I'm looking at 9 over there. Blood Rush and Cleave actually is enough to get over. He doesn't know that I have that stuff, of course. I could Inferna over here. That's actually Empower. Man, I got a lot of options. Okay. Under Titan would put me at 9 against the apparent 5, or apparent 9 over there. It would only take me 1 extra energy from Cleave or Blood Rush to get over the top. So I'm thinking Under Titan plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I... Yeah, he's tapped out, so we'll just slap a Cleave on either one. Doesn't really matter. And now that's 5 in. That's 4 in from Under Titan buff. Cleave is another 3, so that's 12. 12 against 9. He would probably, both of these would die, but he would choose to kill the Empower, probably, because Inferno can't get as big as he can. Conquer trigger, bam bam. No need to cast either one of these. No need to cast either one of these. End turn, switch seat. Diana's suddenly thinking, damn, I have no units. I would have sideboarded acceptable losses, so that really sucks. You know what? I genuinely would have excited acceptable losses, so I'm just going to draw a different card right now. That's my bad. Okay, so now we're looking at Rek'Sai at 5. I have no way to accelerate. Stupefy does nothing. Starcross doesn't. Starcross does save me from him getting a point right now, and I could just play Raven Bloom again. Let's dredge up to see what we get. Another Raven Bloom, okay. If I do Raven Bloom, Starcrossed, Raven Bloom, that's something to slow him down. If I do Raven Bloom, he can only get to 7, so I could save the mana for Starcrossed until it's more opportune. So let's just do that. I have a Stupefy right now if I need it, which I probably won't. So Inferna says, yay, I live, I get to come home. I say, yay, I get to call a week. With my new recruit. I love that. 1, 2, 3, cold a week. 1, 2... Sorry, 1, 2, yellow. I kill a robot. You say... Yeah, I have to do that. That sucks. And then I under Titan into Targon's Peak. Get a Rek'Sai trigger. Shadow Fiend. I can just empower Shadow Fiend right now, but I don't really have to because I don't expect to draw anything I can spend all these runes on anyway. I'm at 7, so if he doesn't kill Under Titan, I win. I could play Shadow Fiend directly here, actually. I mean, yeah, I could have done the whole... Realizing now all I need is a super hold. Inferno would have come home. Actually, I probably would have just left Inferno because realizing all that. So yeah, I would have moved him in once I realized I was at 7 and not 6, and I could just squeeze him now. He can't afford anything right now that matters. Did I pay for everything? I think I did. Empower would not matter though, so yeah. That's what we were trying to figure out. So now, as Diana, I see, shit, I fell behind, and Star-Crossed is my only card, and then I can't really do much. I could conquer here, but then absolutely no shot of getting 9 might. Star-Crossed, yeah, that's GG. So Rek'Sai would win 2 games here. I even gave Diana the benefit of an extra draw of drawing that acceptable losses, which acceptable losses and turn to dust would both obviously be sideboarded out. Let's take a look at the sideboard just so I can see what I would have sideboarded out. We could play a 3rd game too anyway as practice. So let's pretend Rek'Sai lost the first game and would be going first. We'd do Forbidding Waste against their Rockfall Path. We would do Joshi starts, and then we would see the sideboards. I mentioned Hextech Ray is really good, Cold of the Week was really good, and that was it. And since I'm going first, I would take out a slower Rengar, as well as a slower Under Titan, because we determined getting over the top was not really our issue. But then oh, I still have one more I have to take out. Inferna. It's probably our least good 2-drop to see. So what I forgot to do last time apparently was click opponent and actually deal with their sideboard too. So acceptable losses is we assume a dead card. Hard Bargain's tough. Star-Crossed is not as good as we would hope, but we're only running 2 of, so it still may save us. We have not had a chance to cast some of this stuff. Turn to Dust is dead. Okay, so we would side in against what we saw already. Singularity is a bit expensive for the 4 might guys that we're seeing. And that would take our whole turn. I think Kha'Zix actually is pretty nasty. Baron, I don't think we're seeing 10 energy. So I would do that. Kha'Zix in for the gear hate. Creature hate for gear hate. So Rek'Sai would be going first this game. Abyss Array, welcome. Oh, hey, I haven't seen this channel in a while. Welcome, welcome. Do you remember what game I was playing when you had seen the channel? Let's see. So, yeah. Rek'Sai going first. I do have a play. I love Falling Star. I love Lacerate. This is all pretty good. I was back in the League days? No way. That would be like... Oh, I have to click to see now, because that sounds sus. Let's see. I can click and see your follow date. Connecting to chat. What's going on here? Hang on. Your follow date was 2017. 2017. That's an interesting... Oh, on your YouTube channel. Oh, sick. Even better. Okay, so we figured out we don't want to mulligan any of these. And for Diana's side, we're going second. I do want a creature. I don't want 2 Stupefy. Hard Bargain's kind of tough to use early, so that's fine. Okay. No hand revealed. Rek'Sai goes first. We play our creature and go. 14 years ago, dang. Great Tristana Pentakill. You feel old. The channel itself is 16 and a half years old. I'm 40. I turned 40 this year. I'm old as dust, man. Turned to dust. I just sighed it out, but that's how I feel. Ravenbloom is a great opening card. You had a few of my clips featured? Nice. Were you sending me replays back in those days? Imagine if I didn't go work for Blizzard and I kept making League videos that got 30 to 60,000 views like instantly. I would have 1 million. You're Toxicosis! Yay! We're still friends on my original League account. So, of course I remember. You played a lot of Kog'Maw too, if I remember. And Ari? Dude! I didn't know. I didn't even realize. Oh my god, yes. Anyone watching the VOD or Twitch or YouTube streams right now, Toxicosis is in the Twitch chat, and we played League. We played a lot of League together. I would say that was a good time. Definitely good times. I watched recently my Ziggs pentakill, which it was not actually a pentakill, where Alistar ran across the whole map and got back to Fountain, and I ulted Fountain and killed him. That was sick, but I don't even know if you were in that play, but that's the era that I remember. I did stop playing pretty much when I went to work at Blizzard. Anyway, are you playing Riftbound these days? Are you still playing League? Are you playing TFT? Are you playing what? What are you doing? I just got into Riftbound back in June. So yeah, only a month in, really. I mean, a month and a half maybe. So my experience is, I said at the beginning of this stream, but I played 2 Nexus Knights. One is Jinx with the modified starter deck. I went 0-3. One is a Zir where I beat a Fiora and a Leona, and I lost to an Irelia. And then a bunch of online matches. And so I got an RQ LA ticket for Regional Qualifier Los Angeles, September 25th. And I'm going to go with Tasty Bacon. We're going to get a hotel together and attend together, play competitively. So I've got to do my due diligence here and practice a lot. So Rek'Sai is an aggro deck. You said you were into Riftbound. What deck are you playing? Rek'Sai is very aggro, and this is my little flavor of it. I copied a Diana just tournament deck to learn to pilot it and play against Rek'Sai as Diana. Play Ahri and Rek'Sai. Oh shit, okay. On my Rek'Sai list, the only real difference right now is I'm playing 3 Red Rengar and 2 Lacerate main board. I don't know if that's not that crazy. It is really just the Regional Qualifier Hartford list that people have been building off of. But I really like Lacerate as a new card. I'm trying out Shadow Fiend 2 of right now as well. So anyway. Beginning of Rek'Sai's turn, we have a Conquer. So we'll get a Rek'Sai trigger. Oops, wrong thing. Let's put him back. Sorry, this happens sometimes. Rewind. I'm dumb. Okay. Sometimes I fat finger. All right. So if I saw this, I would not Falling Star. I would play Dredger. And then... yeah, Lacerate's so good for a spot kill. I think I'm more worried about lacerating Diana. I've seen Hui. I've seen Vex. I could lacerate this Ravenbloom. My only other good play is... I mean, it's either Cold a Week or Lacerate, really, at this point. Let's do a Lacerate. Just get it out of the way. It's got flow for later, too. That's why another thing that I really like about it. Okay, so I'm going to be in a creature deficit this game. I know that as Diana. Fizz does not do anything for me right now. I could do Traveling Merchant plus Diana. I think that's fine. Best play available. Keep pace. Now I've got Inferno can come home. I can take Forbidding Waste and then Cold a Week. That's kind of nice. I could Falling Star. Just so juicy. Anytime I see a possibility of two clean kills, it's pretty nasty. Not much they can do. I love Falling Star so much. I love Falling Star, my little gentleman. Technically, I should have Conquered first because I could have seen a Falling Star. We did play Falling Star, though, so that means Hopeful is only 2. Fantastic. Don't need Hexray. Bam. Did you get any good hits from box openings? Yes. So I opened so far, in order, 1 Spirit Forged. Tasty Bacon came to Las Vegas for that RQ and played in it, and he got a box for me, and I paid him for it, obviously, but he opened his box, I opened my box. I got... in the Spirit Forge box, I got some Irelia and Draven stuff that I sold right away, and I got, in my very first pre-rift, which was Spirit Forged with the Yone promo, I got the purple Ezreal that reduces cost of your spells or something. Is that what it does? Yeah, I opened it and it was like hugely, grossly overestimated, right? So it was like 40 to 50 or 60 bucks. I took it to Vegas singles because we played a Nexus night there the very first weekend that it was like allowed, and sold it for $55 cash. Someone came in and bought it from them from 60, like right as we were sitting there. So that was pretty sick. That was a good hit. Israel's like $4 now, so I got a good start with that Ezreal hit. The Spirit Forge box did not really have much to speak of other than the Draven and Irelia stuff. That got me another maybe like 70 bucks, which I then used to build Azir. So that was, let's say the Spirit Forge box, you know, was basically most of my Azir deck. So that was good. Then I played the Azir deck one time at a Nexus night. My Unleashed box I ordered from Riot, and it came kind of crazy late. Well, I ordered, actually, after Spirit Forge, I ordered an Origins box, right? It must have been Origins next. No, Unleashed would have been next. Unleashed and then Origins. So I got into the Riot raffle for Unleashed. Unleashed was my worst box, though. I got... I don't even really remember, to be honest. Like, not stuff I wanted, nothing crazy valuable. But I got the Diana Sig. Not Sig, excuse me. Diana Overnumber, not Sig. I would love to get a Sig. So Diana Overnumber paid for that box and some. It's sitting on my mantle with a signed MC StarCraft player. Anyway, let me do I feel like I'm not entertaining the guys. I'm telling stories now, but it is still Riftbound relevant. And then the Origins box I opened, not much great, but it is Origins stuff, so some of it's, you know, some of it's playable. I got the Red Kaisa. That was the big hit for the Origins box, was Red Kaisa alt art, where she's kind of like a green skin, but that was the one good hit there too. So that covered most of the box there as well. I do think I should have kept the Origins box sealed after opening it, and I was like, damn, I'm an idiot, but who knows if I'm going to get another Origins box that cheap ever again. I don't know. Might have been a bad choice. I don't know if it'll ever matter financially. Okay, and then Vendetta, so far I've opened only garbage, pretty much. $5 and under, so nothing to speak of for Vendetta from 2 pre-riffs. Here we go. I'm Diana. I'm way down. I'm at 0 points against 3. I've got only Fizz to play for a creature, no spell to return with him. It's all bad. It's all bad over here. Really bad for Diana. I might even stupefy to draw a card because I'm feeling so bad over here. He even gets to come home. Easy conquer, Rek'Sai trigger, Dredger, recycle, play a manufactor, or I could Cold a Week and really fuck him up. Let's Cold a Week our Dredger. He has nothing he can do about it. I'm just pulling super far ahead on units and turn, switch seat. It's 0 to 5. I have to stack deck. There's a Hui. Is that even gonna matter? No. Can't do anything with these. I would stupefy to draw a card because I'm like desperate now. Doesn't matter who I cast it on. Draw a card. Resolve, stack deck. Oops, sorry. No. Reverse. There is a creature. Ride the Wind could let me play something right now. I open 2 Origins, 2 Spirit Forge, 2 Unleashed, 3 Vendetta. Open Spirit Forge, Vange over number. Ooh, pretty. Origins Jinx Legend over number. Nice. Unleashed Ivern Legend over number. And Vendetta Diana over number. Which one of those is worth the most? I'm going to guess the Vayne Spirit Forged or the Origins. Jinx? I don't know. Either one could be worth a lot. Okay. Ride the Wind right now would let me Hui and come back. That's kind of powerful, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to two-hand, and then, oops, that's on top. Recycle. I've fat-fingered this interface a lot. Sorry, guys. Did I pay for my stack deck? That's a problem if I didn't. I don't think I did. I don't think I did pay for my stack deck. So I can't ride the wind right now. That's a problem! Sold the Vayne immediately to my sister's fiance because his favorite champion. Cool. First box he opened, he freaked out since he was next to me. Very fun. Good story. I like it. Alright, so yeah, Inferno can come home. Or since we're at 7 and he's only got one creature, I could just stack the other battlefield with everything. So I will do that. Do I have a removal right now? I do not. So let's just move all our guys. We get a Rek'Sai trigger. I could Void Rush for funsies. Find a removal. The only removal I would have is Cold a Week. I may have run 2 Cold a Week already. No? There is a Cold a Week in there, and there's a Falling Star in there. So let's Void Rush for fun. Nope, no Cold a Week. We can play Rengar straight in. This would be more might, though, so let's just to hand both of these. I have 2... It would... Wait, no, it'd be 2 energy cheaper, right? Yeah, so let's... He doesn't give you 2 energy at discounts by 2, so Rengar will discount by 2 and pay 1 in a red. Move everybody in. And I think I reinforce 1 here just because a Star-Crossed or something would be annoying, but I don't see him taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Plus a Hex check rate would be 14. So yeah, Diana's dead. This is just a bad game for Diana. Bad game for Diana. No units. Unit deficit totally wrecked us. Yeah, so there's just nothing, man. Moonfall is kind of funny. And give enemy units here -2 this turn. Moonfall's kind of funny. That would shrink to 0, 1, 0, 2. Oh my god, that's a massacre, actually. Hi, Naya Heatwave. That's actually an incredible massacre. If I Moonfall and Starcross, I can kill this entire board. Is that insane? No, I can only kill 5 units with Hui. So I would not drag someone in. No, I would still. Couldn't you double Moonfall? Hold on. I can. The problem is I can only deal 5 damage. And then as an attacker, if I can't deal enough damage, I get bounced home, and then they would hold. Double Moonfall doesn't help me because I can't deal enough damage. Oh, I could Ride the Wind, though. Oh, I could Ride the Wind, though. 1 Moonfall plus Ride the Wind would do it. Yes, so my point is, though, guys, if I double Moonfall, then even if everybody was here, Hui only gets to deal 5. So he would be in here against 7 units, and I would have to pick the 5 damage to deal. Everyone would be at 0 or whatever, right? But, yeah, but they don't die. They still have 0. I still have to deal a damage to kill them. So if there's any defenders left, Hui would just bounce back and they would hold. I would have to figure out something else. But this Ride the Wind, that's so crazy that I could kill 5 things with a Moonfall, though. Okay, so if I did move in with Moonfall, I could discount it by 1 with Diana. That would shrink everybody here to 1, 2, 3 might total. There's nothing over there that saves... Oh, Hextech Ray would save him. Oh my god, that's dirty. Hold on. I don't know that Hextech Ray exists, so I would see this and plot my turn as... Oh, Hui trigger when you move. Not a bad point. So I don't have to decide yet. I could draw and decide next. I could take him to 8 my 8. You're right. Oh my gosh. No, I don't. I didn't get a creature though. So Star-Crossed is my worst. Obviously, I can't get rid of the Hui. I'm not casting, I'm discarding. So I'm drawing a card from that. There is a winning play here, though, or at least a I don't lose the game immediately, which is crazy that this exists. So my thought is Moonfall first with Diana. That would cost us this. I think that, okay, I'm clearing the entire board here, right? Because I think that it's now 5-3. 1 from Rengar, 2 from this guy. I deal 5 and kill everybody. No, wait. This would, I would still have to deal, I would have to deal more. Hold on. This would not shrink everybody enough on its own for me to win the fight by itself, so I would have to do something else. Smokescreen would have to also come in. And if I did that, I still wouldn't kill 5 guys. Oh no! Double Moonfall would be my only way to shrink them all enough to deal 5 and kill that. I'd ride the Wind Hui back to base and then you get a move trigger. Then you can move back in and get another move trigger. Like, odds of you not getting it would be wild. Smokescreen applies first and brings them down to 1. Right. Yeah, so I would Smokescreen. Realizing this, we're just going to keep it on the stack because we know what's happening here, right? So if I were to Smokescreen first on the way in on the Hopeful, 1 Moonfall would then drop everybody to 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. Then I could do 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So that would be enough to kill everybody. And then the Hextech Ray would not matter because it would only be dealing 3 damage plus the 1 from Rengar. So that would clear the battlefield. So we're doing that. We're casting both Smokescreen and Moonfall against just this field, not dragging anyone in. That kills this entire board, which is insane to say. We get 1 bird out of it for Rek'Sai. Make a bird. I conquer. I then ride the wind. I could ride the wind back for 2 chances at a creature, because Hextech Ray could matter over here. 1, 2, 3 plus 3 would kill my Hui. But if that happened, then I could react with Star-Crossed and save Hui, but then the hold. So Star-Crossed is not viable. I would ride the wind for 2 chances at a creature trigger. Moonfall it again with the bird. Ooh, yeah. Oh, God, that's so good. Ride the wind plus Moonfall. Okay, yeah. That makes sense to me. So ride the wind. I'm already casting. I discard very first thing. Star-Crossed is not viable, so we draw. He's ready, if that matters. I'm moonfalling immediately. To Dragon the Bird. And dealing 1, 2, 3. The Hextech Ray would not matter, so I wouldn't cast it. That's a fucking crazy turn for Diana, although I am behind 2-7, and so that could just be game over next turn. I guess I do hold because I don't want an easy break. I stack deck now. Let's see what we get. Tide Turner gives us 2 extra might right away. Moonfall shrinks an attacker by 2, but costs more. Kha'Zix develops for next turn. I can't cast Kha'Zix right away, though I can cast Tide Turner right away. So I think in desperation I do take Tide Turner and recycle the others. So that I can cast Tide Turner right away. I would hide it for cheapy. Oh, but then Rockfall Path. No, Rockfall Path wouldn't let me do that. So hiding it. So Sorry, recycle. But it would let me have him right away, which is important. And I could play him. I cannot play him there. I can't play him or hide him there. You can hide it, just never reveal it. Yeah, so that's pointless. Alright, here we go. Can I win as Rek'Sai with Accelerate Rek'Sai? Yes, of course I can, because I have every combat trick. Let me think here. This is Accelerate, this is Accelerate. I can't afford both. I can kill Hui though, so that's fine. I could afford both if we glimpse an Under Titan. No, I couldn't. I still couldn't, because I've got to commit something to go in. Yeah, it's gonna be a Blood Rush. He's tapped out, so we'll just do the one time. That's 6, because he has Assault 1. Falling Star or Inferna. Can't cast either one. Tide Turner has to break Rek'Sai. Fizz can do that. There is Hextech Ray. He doesn't know that. Fizz would attempt to win this battlefield, right? To not lose the game. So Smokescreen is looking good. Moonfall's looking good. Moonfall can't cast yet. Fizz has to cast to base. Or to Forbidding Waste. That's our only real, like... I can't cast him in the combat. So it'd have to be something that I can make use of right now. And that is Smokescreen. I could also Fizz Starcrossed to just open the battlefield. But then we know Rek'Sai comes in and kills it next turn. Right? If I Fizz, conquer this first, Fizz, Starcrossed, bouncing both of these back. That leaves me enough mana to Tide Turner. I could ride the win and capture again. Rek'Sai would then have to double conquer against 2 holders. Forbidding Waste is not great. But I could do it. If I Smokescreen, Hextech Ray wins. I think I Hextech Ray at some point as Rek'Sai anyway, right? Because it's what? It's action speed. So I would say... Conquer. Play Fizz. Starcrossed is my choice. Bring back Tide Turner. Bring Rek'Sai home. So I have to do this to bring him home. That resolves. That resolves. That resolves. Okay. And then I could ride the win and conquer over here. And just come home. I wouldn't come home though, because I'm scared of double conquer. So let's ride the wind. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. 3. Resolve. Tide Turner at base. Because I can't play units there. What would I react to, I guess? Fizz's trigger? Can I react to Fizz's trigger? Or I would react to... No, I can't react to any of that with Hextech Ray, can I? I can just do it now, though. Opening of Showdown? True. Yeah. So I did have a window there, so I would have nuked him. Yeah, I would have nuked him end of last turn. And then he would have had no cards in hand, so he would die. You're right, you're right. So now I have accelerate for 4, accelerate for 3, GG. Against no cards in hand, yep. Bam, bam, tap out. Kill, kill. Wow, so Diana did have some crazy stuff happen, but in the end still lost by a lot. So I'm feeling good about Rek'Sai into this Diana. This is a tournament deck list that I copied. It was a top 8. Let me go verify the actual source. Diana player needed to move the Hui with Tide Turner, so Hui did not get eaten by Rek'Sai. Maybe right, yeah. But it was a desperation like death turn, wasn't it? Where if Tide Turner was there instead of Hui, the 5 might versus the 2 might may have mattered. I feel like that's why I left Hui, was because the might mattered, and that was the most might. Debatable, I think. Okay, so card games. On the Discord, discord.gg/askjoshi, I have a Stolen Riftbound Decks channel where people just put a bunch of lists. Where did I steal this Diana from? It had to be the Vendetta Showdown. And I just took the top Diana, probably. Wow, where is the top Diana? Dang, Diana did not do good in this tournament. Was this the list I stole? Yes, I believe this is it. It has acceptable and turned to dust mainboard, yeah. So this is the list that I borrowed in the 2K Showdown from CBJMS. It was the best performing Diana, but it went 2-4-0. I'm realizing now that's not that great. Okay, so Kennen, we're going to practice against Kennen next. Now we leave. I've got a spreadsheet, so I'm going to mark my little practice rounds here that Akali, or sorry, you guys said Akali, not me. I'm going to mark that Rek'Sai beat my Diana soundly a few more times. That's bad for Diana, so I'm less tempted to play Diana. All right, here's the Rek'Sai list. Again, my only little twist on it is I'm trying out the 3 Rengar pouncing, and for Vendetta, we're doing 2 Cold a Week, 2 Lacerate main board. I found that I was siding in Lacerate like every time, and 2 Shadow Fiend because I didn't think Honest Broker was really needed. And if I'm going to have a chump early, Shadow Fiend's just as chumpy as Broker, and also has the upside of the Empower late game, which is sometimes good to have. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so we're going to solo room again. This time I'm going to play against Kennen. And Kennen is a lot more think tank garbage. I have no idea what any of these cards are, but good luck. I'm just playing against myself, Malark Swag, so I will win. It's fine. Is Akali a good deck right now? I have a feeling it could be really awkward to play. Akali is very Voltron. One creature does a lot. So like you can have red Akali or green Irelia just jump all over the goddamn place, or green Akali. So if you get any of those 3 units plus like Pendulum Blade, Shuriken Flips, and Protection, that's her whole like game plan. I know what you're playing, I just don't know the cards at all. Yeah, that's fine. So Rek'Sai is my main deck that we're practicing here. I am practicing going first with our blank battlefield, so to speak, which is Seat of Power. As Kennen, my blank battlefield is Minefield because it helps me and hinders enemies. I pulled 9 Sig spells in my Vendetta boxes. What? Oh, Sig spells. Isn't that funny that you could pull a Sig or a Sig spell and it's vastly different value? I got a Nasus Sig spell in my Vendetta pre-rifts. I did 2 pre-rifts. It's worth like $4. Okay, so while practicing this Kennen deck, Rek'Sai is up 3 games to 2. I've only practiced 5 total games. The Kennen deck is somewhat cost prohibitive because of the Seal of Discord. Seal of Discord is about $37 right now, and Lightning Rush, which is his signature spell, which you also want 3 of, is like 20-something to $30-something right now. So Kennen is very cost prohibitive to build, which sucks. It's going to be a $200 deck. Rek'Sai is much cheaper, much cheaper, but we'll keep 1 seal, 1 creature, 1 stack deck. That feels pretty good. Is this a Miracle Kennen build or control? This is Miracle Kennen with 3 Nocturne, 3 Rasa. It got 2nd place in a tournament, and I noticed, or maybe it was top 4. I think it got top 4, and I noticed that it was mono purple, which is really fun just to try it out. I don't know if it's the strongest one, but I am interested in learning it through the Nocturne and Rasa Miracle package. So Rek'Sai, these are too expensive for turn 1. I would really like to have a 2-drop, so we're going to try for that. We did get our 2-drop. Miracle is really fun and really powerful. So Kennen is funny because his ability says when you play me, burn 2. That means put 2 in your trash. That's mill for Riftbound. When I conquer, give a spell in your trash flow equal to its flow cost this turn. So late, you would like to see him late, right? But what I found is with Ride the Wind against Rek'Sai specifically, I want to play Kennen first turn and then Ride the Wind him next turn and double conquer and kill whatever is coming out from Rek'Sai. Because I know Rek'Sai wants to double conquer, and I know that the majority of his spells are assault. So I'm going to do the greedy greed play and Kennen instantly. I could also stack deck for a Nocturne right away, but we don't need to do that really. So I do have to burn 2. I can give a spell flow, but there's no spells. Great. Okay. All good. Sheer draw power is amazing. Yeah, Control Kennen is silly goose bananas, but Rek'Sai is 3 and 2 against it so far. I'd like to keep that going. All right, so as our Inferna, we have the option of Minefield, which does not help us, but does help our opponent. We know that Kennen is going to eat our Inferna no matter what. We don't really know what Kennen's got in hand. Aside from mostly trickery spells, not a lot of pump. So there is a decision to be made here. I could keep Inferna home, or I could double conquer with Rek'Sai to get the ball rolling. If I Inferna in and then he attacks and then I Rengar, there's the risk of a few different tricks. And that would only be a trade because it would be 4-4, so that's not wonderful. I think I'm making the case in my head for develop here. Just play 2 more dudes that can assault next turn. Doesn't feel great as Rek'Sai, but facing what we are seeing, that is a lot of assault. Yeah, exactly right. It's all 3 Infernos. Pretty rare. Okay, so I did kind of misplay. And this will happen to me because I'm just not as experienced with Kennen. What I should have done first turn always is play the seal. You can float an energy and then kill the rune to make the seal, and then tap the seal to pay for Kennen's bit. So I would have done that. So the seal is here. Just I fucked it up last turn. I'm still learning to play with seals. I've never played a deck with seals until this one. Okay, so Kennen. I was looking at Ride the Wind to do an Around the World and get 2 captures. I think that's still pretty good because it saves Kennen from any danger. And I still have the energy to play a Traveling Merchant at home. So I will do that. order doesn't super matter here. I guess I do want to see what I burned first. So conquer that. Burn. Shadows of the Past isn't amazing right now because there's no Rasas to bring back. I would then cast Ride the Wind. 1, 2, and a seal. He's ready. Oh, I guess I don't get him all the way home, huh? No, yeah, you move a friendly unit and ready it. Yeah, you do. You get him all the way home. Conquer, walk home. And then I have enough for Traveling Merchant. Okay. Kennen, oh sorry, this is also important. Kennen says when you play a card from anywhere other than your hand, empower me. And that's another reason that I really like the Kennen with 3 energy round the world play, because now Kennen's empowered just from playing from the champ zone. Really funny. Play me anywhere from your hand, empower me. So that's Kennen from the champ zone. Okay, so I see this, I see Falling Star, I see stars in my eyes, basically. I want to eliminate any threats I see and keep my creature advantage. I don't have any other removal. So Falling Star on Kennen. He's tapped out, he dies. I'm listening to the Final Fantasy IX soundtrack, by the way. A song from her memory just came on. So beautiful. La 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 la. Alright. I would do Minefield first so I can draw off of Seat of Power. That doesn't super matter. We do get a Rek'Sai trigger. I have not played a card. I can Lacerate. Lacerate Fishman. So I will play and recycle. Bam, bam. Lacerate the Fishman. Awesome. Now I'm even less scared of Kennen. Conquer here. Draw a card from Seat of Power. I've got 2 up. Doesn't super help me with anything, unfortunately. Flip it back. Kennen says, I drew a Nocturne. Unlucky, dog. I've got 6 mana. I can play 2 creatures. Probably won't get much better than that. I could seal deck to try to hit a different Nocturne. I could Starcross. Nothing really. Starcrossed only helps me here to remove a point, and it's too early for that to be the best play. So we'll just play our Nocturne and our... Oh, sorry. Use the seal for that. And our Treasure Hunter at base and say go. I still have my Falling Star. I still have Cold Week. I can bring both guys home. Things are looking good for Rek'Sai. If I Cold a Week, he's killing Treasure Hunter for sure, so Falling Star would be better. I could still play a red Rek'Sai too, so let's do it. Target Nocturne. Play red Rek'Sai. Say go. Stack deck it has to be. I need creatures. Rebuke does not help me if I don't have creatures. I've got no Lightning Rush, 1 Lightning Rush. You know, Starcrossed again doesn't help me because everything's so cheap. Stack deck the second. Rasa is pretty cheap. Now he only cost me a seal, so that's great. I could attack in somewhere and Rasa to defend it, but then I know these assaults are just going to gobble me up. I could Starcrossed. If I move in with Treasure Hunter, burn. I play Rasa there for free, quote unquote. I keep Traveling Merchant at home. I Starcrossed on their way in. They would attack with 7. Yeah, that seems fine, because they would have to commit Cleave or Blood Rush or creatures. Rasa would kill whatever's left. So I'm fine with that. Let's do this. Burn, Ride the Wind Rasa. Dang. Okay, well we can play Rasa, like I said. Hold up Starcrossed. Play Merchant at home. We still have Empowered as well. Holding up Starcross, okay. So now on this side, I see 7 might. I see 4 held up. So I probably want to overkill or do whatever I can before I go in. Let's try to get a Rek'Sai trigger for something useful. Inferno's more expendable than my Rek'Sai, so I think I go in with Rek'Sai, to be honest. Let's see what the Rek'Sai trigger is. We get 2 energy instantly. And we can cast double Blood Rush with that energy. So we'll do that. We will play... Sorry, this gets recycled. I fat-fingered. Okay. So with the 2 energy revealed from Under Titan, we double Blood Rush. Let's do 1 Inferno each. I see 7 here, and if I attack in, that's 10. I just want to overkill, because I don't know what he has. I can Rengar or do these other things if I need to. That's a pretty good situation. So now I'm switching seats. I'm thinking, oh, I was going to Starcross his biggest thing. His biggest thing is now 5 to my 1. He still has a 5 and a 3 to kill Rasa. I would only be able to kill 1, and I would lose Rasa. Is that worth the Starcrossed? Kind of doesn't matter. He would go to 6. It does save a unit. I guess I could save a Rasa, but then I'm not killing any of these. It's not like Rasa can attack back in immediately. Gosh, no good situation here. I guess Starcrossing Rasa feels better than the Broker, though. Even if it doesn't kill anything. It removes one of the... They go back to hand. I gotta switch sides to do that. He dies. They conquer. Resolve. So I'm at 6. I can develop with 5 mana worth. He's got to break both battlefields. Well, at least one battlefield, actually. I have Fizz. Fizz can do a lot now. There's a lot for Fizz to do. There's Lightning Rush. Unfortunately, I'm not killing anything. I'm just pushing back, pushing back, pushing back. There's only 2 might here. No, he is tapped out. Fishman could pretty easily, with Fizz's help, get in there. With his Star-Crossed. So oh man. I think Lightning Rush first. I think Lightning Rush has to be first so we see some options. Gust. Gust actually sends Rek'Sai home. Cheap. And then Fizz could bring in Ride the Wind, and I could clear those 2. But then there's nothing left. I would have a 3 Fizz here against both of those, and that's it. So that would be death. Oh no, I could reinforce the Rasa. But then he has Accelerate Rek'Sai, and I know that. I feel like we're in desperation times anyway. I don't know what's better than that. Gusting. If I bring back Shadows of the Past with Fizz, that's too much. I could get a Rasa back and reinforce with that, though. I would not be able to Gust. Oh, yeah, I'm still debating these 3 cards here. I think we just do that. 2 trash, 2 trash. We Gust first. He has to go home. Approve. Switch. Move in. Oh, I have to discard though. Wait, so I would not... Oh, man. That's brutal, actually. Okay, here's what I can do. Rasa first. Fizz. Ride the Wind. Still lets me kill both of these if I just move Fizz over. Eh? Yeah. Play, Ride the Wind. What did I just do with Ride the Wind? Nothing? I need to banish it. I need to recycle it. Okay. So this moves and readies Fizz to kill instead. He gets the Conquer. He is ready. But now Rasa doesn't get to reinforce anywhere. Oh boy. I get to draw one. Switcheroo. I mean, yeah, hide Switcheroo somewhere. Wait, I think I want to undo all of that because I just realized I still had this Empower. No. The reason I had to do it that way was Traveling Merchant, not having anything to discard. I did just take Seat of Power second. That was the Switcheroo. No, that was the card draw for Traveling Merchant, so I got another card. Invert Timelines, holy shit. That's actually insane. Except my whole deck is the same, yeah, no matter where it is. That's kind of cool. What else can I do now? I have to reinforce. I have to remove things and reinforce. Nocturne is too expensive. Lightning Rush lets me see a card. Ride the Wind lets me Rasa in and surprise on this defense. So we're going to save Ride the Wind mana. Okay, so hidden cards from Kennen. I know Switcheroo is a possibility. Diana was running something else. Tide Turner. If I'm in Rek'Sai's shoes right now and I see Under Titan, I see Blood Rush. Blood Rush for sure puts me at 7 on Rengar and 4 on Shadow Fiend. 2 mana over here. He would have to do a trick. If I sent all of it, this is where Ride the Wind Rasa would come in. But if I'm Blood Rushed at 7 and 4, that'd be 11 against 9, so it would still be fine. But would I try to play to win the game? If I tried to play to win the game, then I would probably tease 7 against 3. That would be a little too dangerous. So I think Void Rush is our first order of business. Try and get a kill spell or something. Ugh, so we can play something for free and draw the other. Or discount by 1. I do want 2 up for Blood Rush, so that leaves... Playing Dredger leaves us more mana for another Void Rush. So let's play Dredger. Draw this. I want to hold up for 2 for Blood Rush. So I could try to win the game. So let's try 1 more Void. See if we can spot kill something. Nope, damn. So we have 2 extra energy. Again, it's going to be him. So the double Blood Rush play. If I test over here with 4, and he does Switcheroo, I'll lose. If I attack with both, and he does Switcheroo, I would have 7 and 4. He would switch 2 to 7. So I would only have 6 against 7. So that would be suicide. So I would Blood Rush here, attack here with 9 total. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. Oh no, 9 total. Yeah. Did I fuck something up? I guess playing that second Dredger, I would have rather empowered to guarantee it. Void Rush only discounts, though. It doesn't give you energy. So... Oh wait, the Dredger was free. Yeah. So the second Void Rush is what screwed me, actually. Okay, instead of the Empower. So yeah, I would try this. He would then say, okay, Ride the Wind Rasa to trade, I think. Sorry, Ride the Wind. Rasa in. Now we have 9 against 9. Everything dies. No. That was 11. I knew I was doing that math wrong. That was 11. It's 3 plus 2 plus 2 is 7. Plus 2 plus 2 is 11. So it was 11 to 9. So I would not have... I need to rewind. Sorry. Okay. So he's showing 11. Ride the Wind Rasa no longer saves me. Ride the Wind Fizz away. Helps me fortify a side. Or crack back for the Conqueror. Lightning Rush, there's nothing we can find. I'm pretty positive. So yeah, we just gotta bring back... Have to commit to bring back. Because he won't kill either one. If I brought in Rasa, we would just lose the game. Next turn... I'd be down a Rasa. Now we have Empowerment plus all this. Feels better. I get a Rek'Sai trigger, but... don't want to use it. If we Rek'Sai trigger and hit Under Titan, okay. It doesn't really matter if we recycle this. And turn switch. So now Kennen, after that invert timeline, drew 2 Nocturnes. Balls. Enemies at 7. Can't let him hold this. He's showing 5. We're showing more than 5. Pretty easy. I don't think I burned with... I need to switch seat and burn with Rek'Sai, because I did not... Minefield. Okay. 6 beats 5. Reinforce here. Seems kind of good. Shit. I just hit Control R and that takes you to the lobby? I accidentally hit Control R instead of R and it takes you to the lobby? No. No. What the hell, bro? No. Oh my god. Sorry, everyone. I think Kennen was going to win that game because... the Rasa would have been holding one side, the Traveling Merchant plus a Nocturne plus a Fizz would be holding the right side, So that's 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, I would probably split it 8 and 5 plus switcheroo. I only had 2 dredgers on the other side. I wasn't drawing any freaking removal. I think Kennen actually would have come back. So I'm going to mark that as a Kennen win. Man, that's really annoying. Control R returns you to lobby, but R is rewind. Ah, I'm so dumb. Okay. Well, we can at least still structure it from where we were. So if we assume Rek'Sai lost, his going first is Forbidding Waste. Sandswept Tomb for Kennen, who's ahead in the series. Joshi goes first. I would sideboard against Kennen. I have not seen a lot of chumps other than, I guess, Treasure Hunter and Traveling Merchant, but hitting anything else is really nice, like hitting the Rasas. So Cola Week is pretty good. X-Tech Ray is not as good. Longsword is not terrible because he's doing tricks and stuff like switcheroo. So Longsword I could play after that. That's kind of nice. Hextech Ray I could play after that too, though, actually, I'm realizing. Salvage to kill seals. Hextech Ray might be better. Yeah, because he's jumping around battlefields a lot. I'm going first, so I'll take out a Rengar. A Shadow Fiend. And an Inferna. Under Titan. We're not needing to do a overrun turn. So Kennen sees Rek'Sai and thinks salvage is not useful, prefect's not useful. Counterspelling actually is just 1-for-1 tempo here. It's not, and it just returns it, so I'm not hitting any big spells. I'll do 1 Downwell in case it gets out of hand. My worst creature is Treasure Hunter. You know what? I may have missed some Treasure Hunter triggers. I'm not sure. Gotta remember that. I'm going second, so... My least favorite thing to actually draw is Treasure Hunter, I think. Mulligans. I'm going first. He's going second. Having a creature is good. There's only 1 of Rebuke, so it feels really bad to toss it, but all the guys are so small that they just get recast pretty fast. I'm okay throwing it away right now and keeping this cast. Traveling plus Lightning Rush is a good first turn. Kennen, Ride the Wind is another option. If we get Ride the Wind. Okay. Did get a creature. Bless, bless. Kennen says... Lightning Rush Traveling Merchant, probably. Grab a seal. Yeah. Play the seal, float an energy. Play the Fishman. Falling Star, no. Lacerate, maybe. I could play... I like Lacerate, but then I have nothing else to play. I think Manufacturer is just stronger right now. And I will... not conquer because of the math over there. So all these lightning rushes. I could play Fizz and just recycle a lightning rush. Hide a card. Discard a lightning rush, grab whatever, conquer. Fizz to play a lightning rush. Another seal. Oh wait. Two trash, two trash. So that pays for Fizz. Got another seal. I can hide. It's pretty early to hide, but I actually like where I'm at tempo-wise. Oh wait, because I have the seals? I could just do another lightning rush, draw a card. I do like Ride the Wind more than Star-Crossed in this matchup. So now I'm looking at, I know Switcheroo is there for the deck that he plays. One is not really enough to do anything. If I go in with 3, he shows Switcheroo, and I just Blood Rush, so that's great. Let's do that. He has to show it. And it's now his 3 against my 2. I'll just cleave, actually, because Blood Rush can be more versatile later. He does not have anything to save that. Rek'Sai trigger. Salvage, straight up. Kill a seal, draw a card. Isn't this a Falling Star angle to kill both units? I also have Lacerate in hand, though. That also just straight up kills him. Falling Star helps me kill something with 4 might, where Lacerate doesn't, so I'm more willing to use that. Or Cold a Week. But I don't need to Cold a Week yet, so we'll Lacerate. Perfect card for it. He dies. Actually, let's reverse all that. No, I already used my Rek'Sai trigger. Yeah, he dies. And I save up Hextech Ray. I get another Conquer. Pretty good, pretty good. Now my only options are Kennen, Ride the Wind, Fishman, Kennen and Fishman. That's probably the play, actually. Just a simple Kennen and Fishman. Burn 2. Set up Ride the Wind for later. Burn does not work for Nocturne trigger, unfortunately for him. He is empowered now. Now Falling Star looks sick. To me. Bring the boys home. Kill that Kennen. I could cast both of these and kill the Kennen. Stay ahead on units. Seems fine. He doesn't really have that many big units, and his hand are not units, I think, because he played as champ. So we'll just target him. If I Cold a Week now... I don't have to use it yet, that's the thing. I feel like... Keep these in my back pocket. and just play Rek'Sai. Keep Hextech Ray up still. I guess that doesn't matter. Kennen says, Downwell. Is it Downwell time? Do I conquer it then Downwell? I can't afford it. Of course it's not Downwell time. I have 1 Lightning Rush, 2 Lightning Rush. Do I play for a Downwell? I'm looking at Traveling Merchant around Ride the Wind around the world here, so I save the Downwell, I guess. See what happens if I go in here. Then I would instantly say... Okay, here's a rules question. We have a rules question now. If I Hextech Ray, deal 3 to a unit at a battlefield. And I target Traveling Merchant. And then he says, oh, let me then ride the wind away from that battlefield. Is the important part the unit, or is the important part the battlefield? Hextech Ray, if target moves, does it resolve? If it moves to another battlefield, the spell does resolve and deals damage. If it moves off the battlefield entirely, such as back to base or hand, the spell fizzles and deals no damage. If it moves to another battlefield, it does it. Okay, so a battlefield is important. Wow, okay. I'm just double checking multiple sources here. Wait, Ride the Wind's not even reaction speed, so never mind. That's a moot point. Just realized that from reading the other rulings. So he cannot react with Ride the Wind, in fact. He can react with Empowering, though, which gives him Assault 2, which would leave him at 1 health. That's crazy, actually. So knowing that, I guess I would not Hextech Ray, or would I want him to burn his Empower? Is it in a showdown because the Conquer Attempt? Right, so, but action, so. Traveling Merchant would walk in, pass priority. I would switch to Rek'Sai, I would play, okay, it's my turn, this is now a showdown, so I can action Hextech Ray. However, I see that now as Fizz, or Kennen, and I say, oh, I don't have anything reaction speed. Hextech Ray has to resolve, then I could Ride the Wind, because it's a new chain. So, Hextech Ray will kill Traveling. I have nothing here that can save Traveling Merchant. If I empower him, though, that would take him from 2 might to 4 might temporarily. Hextech Ray would only deal 3, and he would live. So knowing that, as both players, I would probably not Hextech Ray because I knew that he would live in this instance and that I would not be able to follow it up. And I would save my Hextech Ray. He would just conquer. Then I would do my Ride the Wind plan as I expected. Or no, I would have to discard on move. I don't think I did that part yet. So I get a free Rasa. That's nice. We are going to the Ride the Wind shenanigan. I guess I would have actually... No assault, there's no defender. He's still an attacker, though. Am I incorrect there? You're not labeled an attacker even if you're entering an empty battlefield? So, like, when I attack triggers wouldn't work? No when I attack triggers would work? I don't think that's true. You're not declared an attacker if there's no one there in an empty battlefield? Is a unit an attacker into an empty battlefield? Oh, it starts a showdown and not a combat. You're right. I may have been misplaying that in the past. Non-combat showdown. So assault does nothing, huh? So then Hextech Ray... Alright, we're rewinding. So then Hextech Ray is actually... This is the move trigger. What did I pay 1 for this turn? I don't even remember. We're going way back, folks. Okay. Beginning of turn. I would have done Sandswept Tomb instead of Forbidding Waste because that would discount my Ride the Wind, which was my plan. I would move in, I would discard, I would draw Rasa. I would then switch seat and see... Okay, I can now Hextech Ray his ass for free. I would attempt to Hextech Ray. He would then not be able to do anything because that would have to resolve. He would die. Excellent. We got there. Thank you so much, Seize the Data and ADMT. And by the way, thank you to everyone who's watching on Twitch and YouTube right now. We have 10 viewers on YouTube and 8 or 9 on Twitch. This is my first time streaming Riftbound, just solo testing against myself, and it feels like people are still watching, which is cool. Do you feel like we're learning together? And you guys are helping me learn as well, because I don't have that many reps, to be honest. Which decks do you sideboard in Hextech Ray and Longsword? Specifically, I'm really glad you asked, Damalil, or Damil, or Dami the Third, whichever it is on YouTube. I read this, I'm in the Riftbound official Discord, and there's a channel for every single legend. If you're not in those, you should be, because there's a lot of great discussion every single day on the official Riftbound Discord, as well as my Discord, discord.gg/askjoshi, plug. Anyway, I read there on Rek'Sai that you want your longswords and your Hextech Rays for matchups where you may have to hold at some point. So Diana, who shrinks our guys all the time, Lilia, who sends in sprites all the time, those sorts of matchups, because Assault, my Inferna and Rengars are not good to fling in on defense, Longsword and Hextech Ray are good to fling in on defense from my shrinking guys. So that's where I learned the Rek'Sai, just side 2 Longswords for it's matchups where you have a tougher time defending or you want to defend, and that's all that would take is, you know, some more combat tricks that are on defense, that help on defense. Because Blood Rush and Cleave are all the time, right? But they're only on offense. Okay, so now we have thwarted the Traveling Merchant. I'm over here crying, but I can still play a Rasa, which is fun. Do I want to Downwell now? I can't cast it. I could Ride the Wind still and capture and come home. Don't think that's worth it right now. Feel like that's going to be a resource I'm going to want to save. So I am going to Lightning Rush instead. Do I want another seal or more units? I feel like units are important right now. One more Lightning Rush. I'll be able to afford Treasure Hunter at the worst, so let's use our last one. Oh, wait, I already used it? No, here it is. Isn't that a waste to cast Rasa if you plan to bounce everything? Oh, right. Well, it's not a waste because he was free with the seal. I mean, it kind of doesn't matter, I guess. That is a fair point, though. If I'm bouncing next turn... I guess Rasa can just stay in the hand. And I can just use these resources for these lightning rushes that I'm doing. That is a good point. I do plan on Downwell. I think Downwell is going to have to save me here, so... We'll do a seal for this one. Grab another Rasa. Well, you can use it to contest something. Yeah. We still have time to decide, actually, as well. But now that I've seen this Rasa as well, that means we can do Rasa, and then just not... We don't have to play Downwell next turn, because I'll have... If I play Rasa, Treasure Hunter, I can just sit on Downwell again further, because I'll have beefy units. Thinking about it. I guess the follow-up of Rasa unit would be even better, though. It's kind of like if I play a Rasa now, I could also ride the Wind It, score a point, and come back. Then I would not be able to afford Downwell. Next turn. Yeah, let's just try the Downwell play. I'm curious to see how it goes. This lets Rek'Sai get to 6, though, which is annoying. Cold Weeks are useless right now. Falling Star is useless right now. Actually, Rek'Sai's kind of happy to just run all over this, though. I would be able to kill the Rasa pretty easily, even if he was at Sandswept. With what I have here, plus Blood Rush or Falling Star. But yeah, I am happy to see this. So we go Robot first, Rek'Sai trigger. I think a Void Rush is fine right now. Free Hopeful. Two hand. Manufactor over here. Play Rainguard to base. Okay, so now it's the death turn. I have to break these, or at least one of them. If I Downwell, that says return all units and gear to their owner's hands. That's pretty funny. And then I can still play Rasa. I can still play Seal Rasa. So Downwell, tap out, play, return all units and gear to their owner's hands. Unit dies. Holy shit, dude. Rasa, Seal, Rasa. Pretty crazy. Little mid-game shift. Probably not good enough, though, because now I have Accelerate, and win. No. I have one Accelerate. Only one Accelerate. I can Cold a Week for free, though. That's the thing, because I don't have a unit out. So I could just Cold a Week as well. Kind of funny, actually. If it's funny, it's good enough. Okay, I gotta play... some creatures. We'll do a Ride the Wind tour for gold here. He moves, he makes a gold. Oh, can I invert timelines? Hold up. That's actually pretty nasty too. Do I want the unit? This pays for the units. Let's invert timeline. It seems fun. Discard. And now I have to discard. Yeah, just nuking Rek'Sai like this is hilarious to me. With the downwell into invert timelines. That's just torture. I will play Salvage. Draw a card. Falling Star. Two ruin. Man, this is brutal. When do you want to play Downwell over Ruination? I think Downwell into invert timelines is the idea here, but I'm not sure because I'm still at 1 point. This is still pretty bad. I don't actually know the answer to that, but this list had Downwell in it, and it got top 4 in a tournament. What helps me the most from the trash? My helm is not in the trash yet. No. Invert timelines. Downwell again. I do like Ride the Wind a lot. Oh, there is the helmet. Okay, so we fizz 1, 2, 3, and a purple. Grab our helmet. We're gonna turn 2 trash cards to owner's hands. 2 Rasa's back for that. Good job, Fizz. I'll stack a deck. Draw a... Gust is probably going to be relevant. Rasa. Nocturne. Or Fizz plus Treasure Hunter. Probably Nocturne. Hold up a Gust. Still have Empower. This game is going a long time. Dredger, go. Oh god. Now we're in control. Start fortifying. I'll just hold up Gust. Fizz right now would do, what, Starcrossed or something to send back a Dredger? If I want to do that instead of Nocturne. I think Kennen has taken control here. I do have Lacerate for a Fizz. What are my options? I could save the Fizz with Gust. Nah. I need Gust to maybe not lose the game here, so... 10 and 10. I have 2. I can only peel 4, 5... I can do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I could take 1 battlefield, and it would be the Tomb. And I'd have no reason not to do it. I would try. Cleave. Inferna. Switch seat. I say Gust. Inferna. I would have spread the wealth for sure. So 1, 4, and 3. If I guess the 4, then Nocturne dies. Yeah, either way, Nocturne dies. Inferna has Ambush. So I guess I would bounce a Dredger. And I would have to say, yep, darn. I only have 4, Nocturne dies, and my guys die. I make a bird. And then I'm out of luck. It is a... Does it matter? Stack deck, I guess. Another Rasa. 10 here, 9 here. Hold up Starcross actually is probably even better. Pretty dead. 16 and 9. Yeah, very dead. Most I could do is 3. They're not on the winning turn yet. So we'll do Dredger. Hopeful. Now they're on the winning turn. I could just hold up Gust and Starcross. I would have to break both battlefields, and there's just no goddamn way. This would be 3. Under Titan would be the rest. That would give us 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17. This one has 16 by itself. I would send everybody in there because he has mana up. And then I would get Gusted and Starcrossed, and I would lose the game. GG. So Kennen 2-0'd there. Our first game got cut short, but I believe Kennen would have won that one. And then taken the second one, 2-0. We may as well play a third game for the practice, right? So if we pretend Kennen had lost game 1, he would have played Zon Warrens and gone first. I would have played Hall of Legends and gone second. The sideboard undid itself. But I'm going second, so I would take out a rear guard and an Inferna. The other side is still the same. Okay. Kennen's going, or Rek'Sai's going second, so that's fine to see. Don't need two of those necessarily. Going first, Seal. We don't have a creature. Don't need Downwell. Try like that. So Kennen would say Seal and 2-drop. I would say I drew both of my salvages. Maybe I just salvage Hextech Ray to start. Lightning Rush is better to start. Keep that for later. Stack deck. We got a Nocturne, ladies and gentlemen. I still get to draw one of them. This is tough, but I do have a Rasa, and he is able to come back other ways. Oh, he got recycled though, yeah. Anyway, play the Seal. Play the last stack deck. Nocturne. Same exact setup? Nocturne, Rasa, Seal, Nocturne, Rasa, Seal? That's crazy, actually. What the fuck? Kind of funny. Zon Warrens lets us discard one, draw one. I don't really want to do that right now. Oh yeah, Kennen's empowered as well. I don't want hand revealed. Okay. This is annoying. Oh, I didn't Hextech Ray him. I should have Hextech Rayed him. That was definitely part of the plan. So we'll assume I did that. So he should not be at a conquer point, actually. Okay. I do have salvage again. Fuck. Rearguard salvage? Conquer. Rasa's only 2 in a power. Play a Seal. How am I seeing all the Seals? All Seals, 3 Rasas, 2 Nocturnes. That's sick. That's vile. Alright, if I were to Lightning Rush out of the trash, that would burn 2 more, and then my Rasas only cost Seals. So that's already really ridiculous, so I want to do that. Banish. Using floating and energy. I guess the floating doesn't super matter, but we need the purples for Rasa. Which is the plan here. Oh, it banished out of the trash though, so these would cost too much. Alright, let's not do that yet then. Okay. I could just pay 2 and a Seal right now for 1 Rasa. Conquer. Wait. Conquering would discard a card, so that is enough suddenly. Rewind. I just want to do the most optimal play if it's possible. What did I pay for? Okay. So I want to see if it's possible to float an energy, kill the seal, play the lightning rush, take a gust, because I have to stay pretty cheap here. Trash, trash. Conquering here says discard one, draw one. Oh yeah, paying for the banished lightning rush like this lets us play both Rasas with seal and with my last rune. That's what it is. All right. Hyper Kennen has no runes and 2 Nocturnes and 2 Rasas. The battle music is apt right now. I'm listening to the Final Fantasy IX soundtrack, if you guys did not notice. City Under Siege is the track. All right. This is bad. This is real bad. I do have Blood Rush. He has no runes. So I could Blood Rush 1 time, 2 times, play Manufactor. Yeah, let's just do that. And I'll take Hall of Legends with the 2 Blood Rush. He dies. Rek'Sai trigger. Falling Star kills a Rasa. So I'll probably do that. That leaves me 1, so that's not enough to do anything. Can gust him, Rasa in. Develop a turn. Seems fine. He has no reaction. Yeah. Gust back to hand. Rasa in, conquer. Move Nocturne home. So now there's a Rasa. I can fling Rengar with something next turn. So I'm probably just Manufacture Hopeful. Now we have Star-Crossed, Last Rites, Traveling Merchant. We have no Lightning Rushes. We have Kennen. Rasa, we're actually ahead, so Rasa can come home. Nocturne can just do his duty over here. Star-Crossed again is not the best. Last Rites would get us a Rasa back. I am interested in that. So we're going to Last Rites, 1, 2, 3. Equip with a seal onto Nocturne. Nocturne will conquer in. I have to recycle 2 cards from my trash, so that's going to be things that I can't fizz target. We're gonna then conquer Zon Warrens. Sorry. That lets us do the discard draw trigger. And do the last rites trigger. May play a unit from your trash, and it does not have to be here. Okay. I am at 6, so I could reinforce here. Let's just lightning rush to see what our last draw is. Switcheroo I could hide right now, so that's kind of nice too, but he's already 6. So that's not really valid. Not really valid. Shadows of the Past is actually going to be better. It's kind of expensive, but it can bring back Rasa's. 2 trash, 2 trash. Resolve. End turn. Now I'm on the death turn, so I have to break Nocturne if I can. I can fling a Rengar at him with just my recruit, and that's enough to trade. I could just go with Manufacture. Okay, so let's do that. Fling Rengar. That's enough. He would kill Rengar, I'm sure. Conquer, Rek'Sai trigger. We gain 2 energy instantly. We're not playing Under Titan. We're going to just play this for free. We will move into Hall of Legends, pay the 1, I think. Maybe not, because we do have a pretty clean play without doing that. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's just do this. Or sorry, Shadow Fiend is better. Shadow Fiend, hopeful. Oh wait, but he can break this turn, so I need to reinforce at battlefields. So I would have played Dredger to a battlefield. I guess I would stack up 1 battlefield really hard. And that's all I could play everything straight to it. Is that a bad idea? He has 12 showing. 4, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm pretty close to dead. Okay, so from here... There's no Fizz in the trash. There's 2 Nocturnes. There's the Shadow guy. If I Starcrossed now, I would Starcross a 4 cost, and I would have to do one of my own guys, so that's not great. If I paid this, I could grab somebody to cast cheap. If I do this, I could give 2 spells flow. What spells would I give flow? Switcheroo. It's not as useful. Rebuke is pretty useful. Gust is pretty cheap. I could do Kennen and give Gust and Stack Deck flow. Seems pretty good. If I just Starcross, that's no good. If I Gust 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 plus 3 is 11, and there's nothing else showing, so that would be enough. I could also equip Last Rites. If I were to do something other than Gust, I think Gust has to be it. Okay, I play Kennen. I burn 2. I give flow to Gust and stack deck. I play Gust to send back you. I then have 12 against 11. 12 against 11. 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. So I see that you're tapped out, so it's over. All right. Or at that battlefield, at least. They would kill a Rasa. I could hide a switcheroo. It's not really useful. I could... If I had equipped, I still would not be able to afford any creatures. I have to break Rasa this turn. Rek'Sai Accelerate exists. Legion Rearguard exists. I can fling Rengar and win. Or I could just bring the Rearguard. I think I like the Rengar option. He cannot cast anything. He kills Rek'Sai. Trigger. Can't cast anything. He has Kennen. Kennen Ride the Wind just wins the game, but there's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, Kennen just beats Rek'Sai, man. Capture here. Ride the Wind from Fizz. Ready up. Kill. GG. Okay, well, our Kennen 3-0'd, or sorry, our Rek'Sai 3-0'd Diana, and then got 3-0'd by Kennen. So that kind of sucks, because I do feel like Kennen's going to be everywhere. I think we're gonna... I know Rek'Sai can... Rek'Sai was winning the series 3-2. Now he's losing the series 3-4, or 3-5. So I know Rek'Sai can win these. It is... That freaking... What was it? The downwell into invert timelines completely killed Rek'Sai. That was a crazy squeeze. I could practice Rek'Sai versus Mbessa, but you can take my word for it that Rek'Sai has been beating Mbessa pretty hard every iteration. I think I've only won like 1 or 2 games with Mbessa against Rek'Sai at all. The Mbessa lists are getting better though. So I've played Rek'Sai against Diana and Kennen a fair amount. I lost hard to PGE. I have not played against... No, I did play against Akali. I 2-1'd Greg's Akali. I want to play against Irelia, Rengar, Jace, and Lux, and Lilia. There's so many decks you have to play against, man. Gosh. I think we're going to call it a stream here, though. So thank you very much to the... We had 79 views on YouTube throughout the 2.5 hours here. Obviously, we had a bunch of Lurkers and chatters, welcome back to Toxicosis. Sees the data. Sees the data if you're still here. They did leave. I missed their question that says why not play online against people. It's because I need to learn the decks at all. I'm still so fresh that I need guided practice. And if I play online, you're getting a dice roll against who you're playing against. Like I could face like 10 Spider Vexes and Luxes and stuff in a row, and I don't want that. So this is guided practice that helps me both pilot Rek'Sai and see what the biggest headaches are against all these various decks. I'm totally fine doing guided practice. I do also have practice partners. Tasty Bacon is going to be competing at RQLA, and I played against his Nasus, Akali, and PGE, and someone else. I can't remember now. Spider Vex. No. But we're playing a lot, so I'm going to be streaming a lot. I'm unemployed at the moment. I'm just contracting a couple of weekends. Like I'm contracting this weekend, 2 days. So lots of streams during the weekdays. Lots of Riftbound on all the channels. Thanks very much, folks. Have a great day or night, and good luck in your games until I see you again. Bye!